Oh no, my car broke down and the repair costs are way higher than I expected. I need cash right now. I need cash. I can't also wait for payday. And borrowing money takes forever. What do I do? Wait a minute. I've been saving on the Achieve app. I should have some money there. Wow. My DigiSave investment on the Achieve app gained some additional interest. I love this app. With the Achieve app, I can instantly have access to my emergency savings anywhere, anytime. I've been saving little by little, and now I don't have to stress at all. Download the Achieve app today and start building your emergency fund. It's the smartest way to stay prepared for life surprises.
It's beautiful, but how do we make it work?
I know how to make this happen. With a group feature on the Achieve by Petra app, we can invest towards this project.
They dreamed it. They planned it. They achieved it with Achieve by Petra.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's a brand new webinar proudly brought to you by Achieve by Petra. Guys, let me know where you're commenting or you're joining us from in the comment section. Let's get some answers in the comment section. I know you're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So you can also tell us what platform you're joining in from. We are really excited to have this power-packed webinar right here for you. Okay. I'm seeing Yaw from Kasua. Okay. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Our guests are in and they're ready to share. Wow. Someone is from Accra, Medina. Okay, YouTube. Thank you at the Great Hub. Amazing. Nice to meet all of you. Simon Abanga from Tamale. Nice to meet all of you. Guys, today's topic is very interesting. Trust me, you're going to be wanting more as we go on. The topic for today is financial literacy for Gen Zs. Let's put some W's in the chat. The Gen Zs understand what I'm talking about. Let's put some W's in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to be introducing my guests right about now. We have two amazing young people. They qualify as Gen Zs themselves, who are going to be breaking down financial literacy for us. It's very important that we look at this topic and dissect it well as we go into the second quarter of this year. Okay, so right about now, guys, help me introduce Vera. Going to be adding Vera to the stage. Hi, Vera. You're okay.
Hi, Joel. Good
Okay, Vera.
afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon. Good
everyone.
afternoon. Wow, Vera, we have very diverse, people from all over the world listening to us. Tell them a little bit about yourself and the work that you do at Achieve by Petra.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vera Sekyere. I'm a product manager here at Achieve by Petra.
Amazing. Thanks, Vera, for that introduction. Now I'm going to be adding Starman of the moment.
What's
I think
up?
Big man,
How far?
the one and only Yaw Ofori-Atta. Nanaya,
Hi,
you have
hi,
a
hi.
very interesting profile, man. Let me just give them a little gist of, for those who do not know 1 Man 1000. Nanaya Ofori-Atta is a Ghanaian gospel musician and brand strategist known for blending traditional high life rhythms with contemporary gospel themes. He's a leader of the Oasis Collective and the ICGC Church. And notably, he has released some very, very famous songs. Most of you know, We They Feel the Vibe. If I was to sing it out, very dead about anyway. And Owawini and has collaborated with artists like Joe Metal, and he continues to inspire young people through faith-driven artistry and commercial brand strategy at Brainstorm Africa. 1 Man 1000, you're welcome to this amazing session.
My
How you
people, what's
feeling,
up?
man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear, bro. Loud
Nice,
and
nice,
clear.
nice. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm having a great day and I'm honored to be on here. It's nice when you get to talk about the necessary and important things happening, and I'm happy. Thanks for having me.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Guys, I have a question for the audience before we even start. I have a question for the audience. I can see a lot of you are commenting, right? Let's put the question up right about now. The question is, what's the first thing you do when you get money? Do you spend it? Do you save it? Or do you invest it? What's the first thing you do when you get money? You can answer the poll or put your answers in the chat. We'll be looking at some of the answers that our speakers today are gonna give to us. And yeah, let's have fun with it, guys. Let's have fun with it. Okay, now I can see the smiles. You guys are really excited, to be here today. This question is to both of you, right? Both of you. When you first started making money,
hmm
right? The first salary, your first income, right? What was your relationship with money like? What was that relationship with? So let's start with 1 Man 1000.
Oh, great question. First off, shouts to everybody watching this right now. Thank you guys so much for making time to be here. Please put some W's in the chat. Let's know that you are here. Let's know you're here to
W's in
talk
the
about
chat.
money. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Anyways, I've never had I'll be very honest. I think the reason why I'm here is pure honesty. I haven't had the best relationship with money until recently, but I never grew up having the best relationship with money. I didn't come from money. I didn't, it's not like I'm from a home where we had so much money right in front of us. But one thing my parents did was to teach us contentment. I mean, being content with what you have and being content in what you have. So that was very helpful. That really, really taught me quite a lot. And I have now you realize that when you're growing and as you're adulting, your responsibilities change. And that
Mm,
invertedly affects how you view money. So money then doesn't become a luxury, it becomes a resource. So how you apply that resource to make your life better, how you apply that resource to move
all
from
right.
level one to level two. That is the phase of life I'm in
Mm,
right now with money. But I never had like a whole full-blown relationship with money that I like, oh my God, I have so much money, I'm blowing it on you.
yeah.
No. But even in that level of scarcity and contentment, I did and I still do dream of making more money. I still do dream of applying myself and using my money well. And I still do dream of managing the little I have to make more. So I'm still learning. Money is a very interesting person. Money knows
Mm.
where it's going before it comes. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I like how you personified money, right?
Mhm.
Amazing. Vera, let's hear from you. Vera, what about you, man?
I think before I start, I saw someone say that is when my village people will call it, and that's very that's very very true. I think for
Yeah.
me, when I first started making money, I'm trying to find a very good way to put it. I think my relationship with money was was like a situationship kind of thing, you know, when there's some days where it's like it's all there. I know exactly what I'm doing with it, and then there are times when it feels like, did I even make the money at all? Like, where is it? Because everything then just goes away. But this, for me, that's a relationship that has evolved. A habit that I've had to learn to intentionally decide to see money not just as something that I can use and it will definitely
Mm,
come back and then I can use it again and then it will come back, to seeing money as a
yeah.
tool, right? Just like Nana said, like something that can actually give me freedom, like a tool that sets me up for opportunities. For me, if there's one thing that you actually have full control over, it's money. I can tell it exactly where to go, and then it works in 10 for me. So more as gradually move from being more of like today we are fine and tomorrow we don't even know what we are doing because we are spending everything, to being more of like a partnership, like invested, it earns me returns. I want to put my money here. I need to see my money grow this way. So that's how my relationship with money has evolved over time. But it didn't start on a good note. And I know most people can relate to that. But eventually you grow and then you learn and you decide to make better choices with money too.
Wow. Well, both of you have personified money. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Right. Let's go to thousand.
Yeah.
Thousand.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is a big one, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've done different things, right? Entered into different industries, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you say, or what would you say that or what would you say is your biggest money decision that you've made that you regret? And what did you learn from it? Right?
I regret my biggest money
Yeah.
decision I made. Hey, that I regret moving out of my parents' house. Moving
Wow.
out of my parents, I don't regret it. I love my people. I don't regret it. I love my privacy. I love my space. I love the fact that
Yeah.
I can wake up and but bro, what do you mean by I have to find 2 years advance rent? Have you heard some
Mm,
before?
mm,
I will wake up and go to the fridge and steal in my house. We're three boys. Then there's my mom, my dad. It's a war zone in my
yeah.
house. If your food is in the fridge and your name is not, it's gone. Like, what do you mean by now I have to go and find my own food? I think moving out was one thing that opened my eye,
Mm,
made me realize that Charlie, we're not children anymore. But if
mm,
there's a financial decision I made that I strongly regret, um, okay, car owners on this would understand me.
mm,
I have a very interesting relationship with my mechanic. My mechanic and I are friends. There was this day where he mentioned something was wrong with my car, and I didn't know what he mentioned some. You know how they can conjure names of
Yeah.
parts. And
mm-hmm.
I said, okay, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I went to Chat GPT and I typed out what he said, and it wasn't on chat. I said, boss, but by that time, I've already allowed cash out. Then he's gone to Abosokai to go and look for the. So after he came, and I realized that, nah, bro, why did I allow cash
Mm,
out? Maybe another a horrible financial decision was linking my
mm.
mobile money to my bank
A bank.
account.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most horrible things I've ever done in my life. Although for convenience is great, but
Mm,
Charlie, I'll be buying data and be buying this and be buying this I'm
mm.
like, hey, assembling crazy. So yeah, those are quite a number of them. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I think a lot of people can relate. If you relate to what 1,000 is saying, just let us know in the chat. Just type something in the chat for us right now. Vera, I'm sure you're also thinking of yours, yeah? But
Yeah,
you
just
work,
certainly.
yeah, you work as a product manager, right? You sit in between, the users and the tech, right?
Yeah.
What are you seeing, right, from your view, right? What are you seeing that, or how are young people in Ghana actually handling money today, from where you sit?
From what I see, I think young people handling money today, it's like for me, I see it's like a line. There's a few people that are on the left side, and then there are a few people that are on the other side. I'd say this in a way that I think we have young people today that are making really great financial decisions. I'm not even going to lie and say all Gen Zs are bad with money. No, I mean, I think
Mm,
young people, some are doing very well. You see people try to find new ways to making money. I mean, budgeting. People are even buying budget binders. Like, I mean, joining group savings. The susus, or 1 week, then I'll pay you, and then it's your turn. And people are really trying to get there and to build wealth and to make money. Or they're trying to just generally make good financial decisions with money. And then there are my people, those on the other side. Treat yourself.
mm,
They will treat themselves for anything and everything. And that's, you know, the thing about that is the very day that you open TikTok, you be scrolling, and someone will say, need to work hard for that money, spend it.
yeah.
Go and buy yourself that wig. Like, actually, you work hard for it. So just spend the money, enjoy your soft life. It will come back. It's money. So for
Yeah.
me, I think it's more of like, we have a lot of people on one side that are not making too good financial decisions, and then there are some people that are
Mm,
doing really great. But for young people today, one thing that I think is an advantage, like an added advantage, is that even though we have more people on the other side just spending money, soft life, and every new restaurant opening, they are there, they are still very self-aware. Young people today are curious, like they know what they're about. They want to try new things. So their interest is there generally. They want to make good financial decisions. It's just creating the habits or actually knowing what to do or where to start. And I think with that, they would be fine. But that's how I think young
mm,
people are handling money today in Ghana.
mm, mm. That's some solid gems from the data that you said on. Okay, okay. Guys, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. It's getting heated. Drop some fire emojis, in the comment section for us as well. Okay.
I think we lost Joel briefly, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Nice one. But I think just to piggyback off the point you made, I'm also realizing that we are in a
Okay.
phase of a lot of information. So
Yeah.
that's the advantage we have as young people. That's the advantage we have
Mm,
as Gen Zs, or not even Gen Zs, but millennials and all. I was talking to one of my uncles yesterday, and he was telling me about how they used to struggle to even get even like a phone to send a message.
wow.
And she was telling me about how he was telling me about how, like, when they buy data, like they used to have monthly plans and they have mobile numbers on that monthly plan. So if
Mm,
you use more than that data, you're in trouble. You've worried everybody. Like, he was explaining the reality 20, 30 years ago to what we have now. And you realize that we have so much information at our disposal that we don't have an excuse. The problem
mm,
is that where we brought up with these fundamentals, that's where the problem comes in. You grow up and you definitely have your mom or your dad or your aunt or your uncle give you a susu box. Then you
yeah.
see it. Oh, if there are any coins around. Me, what my mom used
Mm,
to do was to make us work in the house. She would give us the susu box and tell you that any coin you see in the house, put it in your box, you know. And those little things incentivized us, but I don't think we materialized those little
yeah.
things and coupled it with the information we have to make our life a bit more easier. So as young people, we are in a better position. Like, hands down, the generations above us would always say it's that we are in a better position. We are even living in a system where now, with as little as even $20, $30, you can buy a phone, you can
Mm,
pay monthly. Like, now we are being more immersed into credit systems. We are being more, even right now, you can finish school and you can easily get a loan. These all these financial instruments are available to us, but are we accessing the right
yeah.
information? So the problem as young people is not even the skill,
Mm,
is not, we just don't like reading. We just don't like finding
mm,
the info. And I think a lot of us have been waiting for a certain specific amount of money before we say, okay, now we can start saving or investing. But
yeah.
it's interesting. So thank you so much for addressing young people. You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had a slight internet issue, but I'm back. Okay, 1,000. I want to piggyback off the insights that you just gave us, right? Now, young people have the information, as you rightfully said. It's there for us, right? But if you had to break financial literacy into three things that every Gen Z must know, what would they be?
Um, Three things every Gen Z must know.
Yes.
For people that don't know, just let me just give you a little backtrack. So my first national service, I used to work in a financial institution. So not even national service. My first internship, I worked in an investment firm. And I did that consistently for about 3 years. So I did different internships at this financial firm. Then my national service, I worked in a bank too. I did some work for a bank. So I've had a fair share of what the financial system does look like before I decided I'm going to feel the vibe a lot and be doing branding and marketing full time. But over this period, I've learned a couple of things, and three things I would say that every young person needs to know. And if anybody's writing notes, you can. The first one is knowing the difference between savings and investments.
Mm,
The first one is, as a young person, knowing the difference between savings and investments. The second one would be, as a young person, identifying your streams of income, no matter how
mm,
big or how small they are. So identifying these streams of income, understanding what savings and investments really look like. And the last one would definitely be budgeting.
mm,
Budgeting. I mean, well, there's one thing I have one friend, she's called Nashomi. One thing Nashomi told me some years ago was that money knows where money is going. Money knows where money, like, I remember, I have most of my friends are older than me by far, and every time
yeah.
I used to get these panic attacks about money. Those who know me know I'm going to detail, but they know I used to get some panic attacks about money. And every time I reach out to my friends and talk to them, the older ones who were working at the time, and everybody kept telling me that money knows where money is going. So you need to position it in such a way that you can direct your money in the right place. Because the truth is, money can keep coming if you do the right thing. I didn't understand it
Mm,
until I realized that there are certain different projects we have in life. There are certain different things that we set our minds to do. That if we don't properly associate the right funds where we need them to go, we would end up as young people spending on food,
mm,
spending on the internet, and buying stuff we are not going to use in the next 2 years.
yeah.
So those things just lit my eyes up, and I was like, nah, I need to understand what investment tools are available to me, what savings is available to me, where are my streams of income going to come from, and finally, how can I even do a budget with the small money I have? One big lesson was that you don't need to have a million CDs to start. You don't need to have $1 million to start. You don't even have to. And I learned that before I got married. Like, all along, I thought I needed like 10
Mm,
billion to be able to do a wedding. And I realized that, oh, that's what the industry wants you to believe, because they are
yeah.
stakeholders. So you have to make sure that you are patterning your life right. There's a lot going on. Young people,
Yeah.
they're pressure, not also.
Mm,
But you
mm,
need to live life according to me. I like the Bible a lot. If you read the
yeah.
book of Matthew 25, if you go in there, there's a parable of the talents. And in that
Yeah.
parable, you realize that the master gave everybody based on their capabilities. He gave someone five, gave someone three, gave someone one. Where he was disappointed is the person he gave one didn't
Mm,
invest that one into something big. The person he gave two did amazing. The person he gave three did amazing. He gave five, the person did amazing. So now the question is, with you, you are earning X amount of money. You have these amount of skills. You have
mm,
this idea. How are you going to invest and multiply that idea to make it something big? It doesn't have to be as big as what Achieve is building, but
mm-hmm.
definitely something close to and something in and around it, or you're charting your own path. But some of these things, when you get to learn them early as you're young, it shapes your thinking.
Phew, man, I'm almost speechless, man. But these are the three things, just to summarize what you said, the three things that, they need to know. Know the difference between savings and investments, understand your streams of income, and budgeting. These three things are the keys for financial literacy, right? So at this juncture, we understand from where we sit at Achieve by Petra that young people have a lot of questions about financial literacy. They have questions about where do I put my money? How do I invest? Different questions, right? Different money problems, if I may put it that way. So one of the innovative things that we've come up with is a show titled Ask Daniel, where it's going to be a one-on-one, POV show where you can ask your questions to Daniel, who is an experienced investment expert, and he's going to give you answers to those questions, right? So this is how to participate. A link will be shared in the comment section for you to send your money questions, and Daniel will do his best to respond to that particular question, and we're going to post it on our social media handles. That sounds like an amazing plan, right? Okay, okay. So drop in the chat or drop in the link we posted. So just put your questions in there, and yeah, you're going to get answers to that. Okay, Vera, Vera, let's hear from you. So Dalton has said a lot, right? But especially on the first thing that he said, especially on the first thing that he said, the difference between knowing the difference between saving and investing, right? Why do you think that Gen Z should care? A lot of them, as he rightfully said, some of them want to hit a certain amount before they take that decision. But why do you think Gen Z should care about that? Kindly tell us.
Yeah, so I'll start with what savings is and what investing is generally. Nanaya did explain. So I think the easiest way you can see savings is think of it like you're just stacking money down. You know, when you watch movies and then there is a scene where someone just comes in, opens a suitcase, and there's like a stack of money there. That is how savings is. You're just compounding money down. You're really not looking for like there's no actual plan to the money you're stacking down. So your money is just there. What you're actually looking for is security. In that, you know, the 20 CDs I put in here, when I come back tomorrow, my 20 CDs is there. No stories. No one is going to tell me and. That's basically a saving. So your money is there, but it grows really slowly. You earn almost zero to like nothing on the money. You can do this. Check your savings account. I'm sure most of us would have a savings account. Try and see how much credits you've put in that savings account over the years, regardless of the savings accounts you have, and see how much you've earned in like 2 years or 3 years. Bet me, you would see probably if you had 100 cities, you probably see 100.9333 or something, and that's by far how much you'd earn on it.
Mm,
Investing, on the other hand, comes with you actually starting with a plan. You're not just stacking money down, but you there's a reason why you're putting the money there. And unlike savings where it grows really slowly, investing gives you value. So it's two things in one: security and value. So you're not just putting money down and expecting that when you come back, that 20 cities or 50 cities is there. But you're also expecting that the money is there and then it's 21 cities or it's 22 cities.
mm,
That's where investing comes in. And people do not just invest. I mean, investing comes in with a lot of things. Who are you as a person? Are you risk
right.
averse? Me, I'm very open to a lot of investment products, but I'm very
Mm,
risk averse. But I also have people. I had a conversation with a friend one day that told me that he was going into a low risk investment basically, and anytime he goes, he just sees that it's going up, and it's not exciting. He was like, "What is it? What's the point? There's nothing exciting about it." So for him, he wants an investment where one day he wakes up, he sees it, and then his red pulse for some time. Like literally, he can't breathe because his money has gone down. And then there are days where he opens and he'll see it, and then his money is actually growing like exponentially. So that's where the difference comes in. So you're saving just because you want your money to be safe, but you're investing because you actually want value for your money. And why should a Gen Z care? I mean, why should we even care? Why are we even doing this whole financial literacy thing? Can't we just have our own way with things? One
mm,
reason why I think we should care about investing is because things are going really fast. Like prices are changing so fast. Today, it's very difficult to acquire the very same things that your mom, like your dad, got. I'm sure when our parents were by like at 25, 26, they probably had like a plot of land somewhere, which they bought for like 20K. That
mm,
same plot of land, you'll be chasing it now, and they're telling you it's like 1 million or 2 million. And that
mm,
is why you should care about investing. It means that you need about 2 or 3 times more of what the older people did, like to acquire the same things they had. not even extra things. So it's not like you want all the pleasures of
Yeah.
life, but literally just getting the basic things to move by. You need to put in a lot. Like
Mm.
prices are moving very fast, and it's one reason why you should care. I think another reason why Gen Zs should care about investing generally is because they actually want soft life. I've
Mm.
not met any young person today that has told me that they want to walk through the mud and be struggling. No, 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 no. If you tell a young person, if you pitch an idea to a young person today, they're asking you, can it be simpler? Can it be faster? Can it be shorter? I mean, we are always looking for new ways to make things very easy for ourselves and then like just find stress-free ways of doing things. And that is why you should care about investing. What is the point in always working? Every day you are working, and before you buy something little as like a new phone, you have to work and sweat before you buy it. What happens to you actually putting in the little you have now and making sure that it's growing so you don't always have to go up and down to get the little things in life? And that is why they should care about investing. Think of it this way. I'm working hard now. I should put my money to work. So I don't always have to work hard to get the same things that I want today. And that's the
Mm.
second reason why young people should care about investing. I think the
Mm.
very last thing I would say about investing generally is think of your future. Honestly, it
Mm.
is so nice to be cool right now, have all the vibes, I'm a Gen Z, I'm
Mm.
young.
Yeah.
But there is a 45-year-old you somewhere that will be waiting on a pension fund, right? That would be waiting to see that you have an amount of money somewhere that if someone calls you, you have something to give. So think of your
Mm.
future self. Think of retirement. Think of pensions. Think of a family. Think of marriage, like education. There's so many little things that you have to do eventually, and you won't
Mm.
remain the same. And anything could also happen at any time. Like people get laid off just like that. It's like things happen and things change really quickly. So you should always think of your future self. And that is another reason why, as young people today, we should think of investing and also saving. Like actually putting a backup money down that can we can always fall on. And it's not always hand to mouth. If I don't get that credit alert on to sit, then it feels like everything is shaking because there's
Yeah.
Mm.
no money anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be it. It should be that if that credit alert doesn't come on 26th, I mean I could go to like 5th of the next month and I'll be
Mm-hmm.
fine. Yeah, so that's basically one thing, like three
Mm.
things that Gen Z should care about and why they should care about investing today.
Perfectly
Can I
articulated.
add
Yeah,
something?
yeah, you
Can I
can
Yeah.
definitely.
please? Please, you are spoiling the champion. What's up, man? But you hit a button. You were talking about investment
Mm.
and risk is something that we are also not taught. All we learn is that because it's my money, I have to put it somewhere, and because you said it will grow, it has to grow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think this one I will go there because we are all achieve users. Global tech.
Mm. Mm.
Ah, we have stories. Everybody has, but I'm realizing that high risk, high reward. That's
Yeah.
actually what it is.
Yeah.
And it's a typical example of a lot of Ghanaians not reading instruction manuals or not reading terms and conditions applied. All we do is we are winging it and we are going. But from the get go, you are being told that this is a high risk investment. This is one that will definitely make your money work for itself, but it has to be extremely long term. So, one thing that's missing from the conversation we're also having is that investment has to do with long-term projects. It has to do
Mm.
with a certain level of risk attached to a certain amount of time. Savings there, you can put the money down. Tomorrow you can go and remove it from where you need it to be because you don't really have a growth focus on the money. You are saving basically so that for a rainy day or another day you can go and remove your thing. But investments sometimes are also geared towards long-term projects with a certain level of risk attached to them. So when we are learning about this as young people, we also need to understand the various investment tools that are there for us. So we don't just say, okay, I want to invest or I want to save. But how do you do it? How do you, for example, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in close to about 2 years or 2 years or
Yeah.
3 years. I hadn't done
Yeah.
like the way somebody said 26, no, Vera said 26, the alert is coming. Who be that? Me, the life I'm living, it is do or die. If you don't, I run my own agency. We have our
Yeah.
own clients. If the client doesn't pay, you are gone. We are living invoice to invoice, GRA is on your neck, all these things. That
Mm.
first thing, they should tell you that. we are all living different lives. The same way my brother, for example, Kweku, works with a firm, he works with an agency, he works with a company, he's going to be paid monthly. Our life is different to the point where I am not going to be paid monthly. So why
Mm.
don't I save, invest, and plan my money based on the life that I am living? I'm not even talking
Yeah.
about the life I want to live, oh, based on my current circumstances. When I receive X amount of money, what are my priorities? Where does this money need to go? How do I put it together? How do I break it down? And I never understood all these things till I earned my first check,
Mm.
till I earned my first salary when I was working in a bank, till I spoke to
Yeah.
my friends, till my older friends go like, hey, bro, you are earning this amount of money. And at that time, it wasn't money at all. I remember I was so sad about the amount of money I'm earning, not what
Mm.
I can do with that money. So I'll
Mm.
never, I have this friend called Desmond Bredu. He's also a financial literacy advocate. And
Yeah.
Desmond told me specifically, like, bro, money knows where money is going. So when you get the money, the first thing he'll teach me is to make a realistic budget and have like a realistic saving or investment
Mm.
plan. You know, these things as young people, when you are being realistic with yourself. Not, right now, we were part of the people that were earning 559 as national service. Then now I'm hearing that they are earning more than 559.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back and my question is how did we survive 559? And even the 559, some people didn't get their 559 on time. Some their 559, they say you have to go and do e-switch before you can get your own. Like a whole
Yeah.
thing. But you ask yourself, how did we survive on that? What were
Mm.
we doing differently? What did we structure? If you were able to manage that 559, if you are able to manage that 700, when you get 7,000, would you build the structure enough to manage that 7,000? And that's what financial management is all about. But I think as young people, we need to understand that we need to live in a system of reality rather than peer pressure. Then you can build your life accordingly. Because if you are following me to spend your money like how I spend my money,
Mm.
I'm sorry, you can get hurt. Because me,
Yeah.
I'm looking for your money to do something. Thank you.
The Gen Zs who say you go tear ACL.
You go tear the whole ACL, bro.
Yeah. 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 1,000 before you mute. Let's address this, right? So
Mhm.
young people also, then they won't feel the vibe. Like they want
Energy.
to they want to portray something they are not, right?
Mm,
Even though they do not have that capacity to or that income to, right? They see it on Snap, they see it everywhere you go. Right now, if you go and pass, some places, you will see young people your age, doing living the life, right? And that puts certain type of pressure on them, right? How do you think, right? You've lived through that. How do you think like young people should balance that, right?
mm,
Seeing people spreading lavishly and also being able to be responsible about money.
yeah. We live in a generation or in a time where social media dictates the steps we
Mm,
take. Everything is in your face. The lavish life is in your face. There's something or there's a term called lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep. That's when you
yes.
also realize that there are different things from different places creeping into your natural order, your natural system, your natural plan, or your reality. Nobody is speaking against the soft life. Nobody is speaking against having the luxuries in life. Look, I go, hey, there are days where I remember there was this there was this activity I used to do. When I see a new estate, I would literally go to
Mm,
the estate and go and look at the houses, and I'll act like I have the money. I'm like, oh
yeah.
wow, okay, can I take me viewing? I remember this place when we were in Indigo Home, so Yarifa Park. They
Mm,
did some
mm,
viewings. I said, oh, let me go and see. Not because I have the money for it, because we were quoting in dollars. I had not seen that money before with my naked eye. But I see what I want for myself and my family. Like
mm,
anytime and that's why I like having mentors, people ahead of me who have literally
yes.
gone through the journey, who started from ground up and have managed their finances very well, have seized their opportunities. Sometimes it's not even financial management. Too. You can be broke and then one day you get one good contract.
Mm,
Then when that contract comes in, you manage it so well, you're like, wow, this has set me up forever. I'm
yeah.
learning from those people so much, and I'm like, wow, this is where they started from and this is where they are going. For example, as a musician, now let me wear my musician hat. As a musician in
Definitely.
the gospel space, my space is very nuanced.
Mm,
Gospel. Baby, you go for program, you go and finish singing, then they give you meat pie and malt. Meat pie and malt right now, unless they give me two, because my wife is also there. So now I have to manage it.
Mm.
Then we are living in a system where the whole world also feels like you shouldn't be paying gospel musicians money. So now you ask yourself that, so how am I supposed to eat? Then you realize that, wait, but there are people ahead of you who have done it and have done amazing.
Mm.
Can you reach out and find out how they do it, or even study them enough to learn the good things out of the story? I'll give a good example. Someone I look forward to or I look up to in our space is Joe Mettle. And Joe
Yeah.
Mettle has been consistent over time in the gospel space. But you'd realize that over time, he's always improving. And one thing he told me when I asked him a question when he opened his new studio, and I asked him, how did he do it financially? What did he do? His first question was if his first answer to me, and he said that was his
Mm-hmm.
only answer. He won't tell me anything else. But the
Mm.
only thing he'll tell me is that if you can't invest in yourself, why should the world
Mm.
invest in you? And that was
Deep.
it for me. That was it.
Mm.
From there, I said,
Mm.
if you are able to view certain things as investments, it means that you see them reaping certain fruits then
Mm.
to come. Are you buying that shirt because of a lifestyle, or you are buying it because you actually need it for a meeting coming up?
Mm. Yeah.
Are you buying that iPhone 17 just because you need it? Or you are buying it because 17 is what is on?
Mm.
You get the angle. So as
Yeah.
young people, we've succumbed so much to the lifestyle creep that sometimes it's gotten difficult. But one thing we need to learn is that we are from different backgrounds, we are from different homes, we have different stories. We when it comes to money, one parable I love a lot is in the book of Matthew 25. When you have time, you read it, and you realize that even the master knew that his workers were all different. To the
Mm.
point where he didn't give everybody five, he gave someone five, three, and one. You need to understand that your story is different. Those who don't know, Joel and I go way back. We went to school together. Joel's my guy. But from time, I look at Joel, I'm like, bro, our stories are totally different.
Mm.
Like, he's now working in a financial institution. I'm jumping on stage. Two different things. He's working and he's moderating a live
Mm.
right now. Before this call, I hopped off a client's call and we are planning.
Yeah.
A client wants to launch a fintech, so now we have to come up with a marketing
Mm.
strategy to do that. We wear different hats. We go differently. My family is different. My mom is different. My dad is different. Some people, sorry, you grew up without even a present parents. You've hustled,
Mm.
you've built a certain life for yourself. So why are you succumbing to a certain pressure which is not yours, which is not even your lifestyle? That is
Yeah.
one thing we need to check as young people. Young people, people pleasing is our biggest pandemic. So we
Mm.
need to learn to build a life around us, around our gifts, around our calling, around our reality, around where we are going, and more importantly, even around what God is saying about you. So put your eggs in the right baskets.
All right.
Don't go and put me, I'm a size 45. You might be a 44, you might be a 43. But because my shoe is nice, you won't wear them. You can fall down. You can fall down. We don't pray for the great things that make us better. We
Mm.
we pray for what somebody else has. But you think about it and go like, I watch a video of Davido right now. I like
Mm-hmm.
watching interviews, and Davido was
Yeah.
talking about how he got invited to his friend's house, and his friend, one of his
Mm.
best friends from high school, he got married. This person is not well to do like Davido is. So Davido couldn't go there during the day. He had to go like deep in the night. He
Yeah.
went there, got to their house, very modest house. He sits there and he goes like, wow, I wish we could trade lives. This
Mm.
is somebody who has made it or is sitting on top and goes like, wow, the way you guys are happy and you are serving me food and you are joking and chatting, I wish we could trade lives.
Yeah.
So sometimes the kind of life you are looking to live, the kind of person you want to emulate or be like, they might not be going through the best of times then. So your story, how can you make your story worth emulating? That one day I'll sit in my room and go like, hey Charlie, the way Joel spoiled it, me too, for
Mm.
fee do some more. The way Vera
Yeah.
is doing product and since, hey Charlie Vera, when I grow up, I want to be like you. You understand? How can we
Mm.
shapen up our stories so much so that people can sit somewhere and look at us and go like, wow.
Mm.
This is it.
Mm.
In the book of Second Corinthians, there's a
Yeah.
scripture that says, "Your life is the only testament we need." Your life is the only Bible someone will read. Your life is the only testimony somebody will look at and go like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Charlie." So you are the one who was managing 1,500 a month, and out of that 1,500 a month, you've built, and now we are 30 years, and this is what you have. Wow, Charlie, God bless you. So that even our kids can become like can look up. Say you want advice, go and ask Uncle Joel. Uncle Joel is the one. Go
Mm.
and ask him. He has the tips.
Mm.
Then we can come and be leaving our children in Vera's house. Like, oh, Auntie Vera, oh, she'll take care of you. She'll squeeze something in your hands. Don't worry,
Mm.
cry. You'll be fine. Something small for the boys. So
Yeah.
that's all I can say to young people. Let's keep our minds sharp.
Well said, man, well said. Guys, so at this juncture, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors, achieved by Petra. So stick with us. Let's hear a word from Richie Mentor.
Hi, my fellow investors. Let's make investment exciting this year. In fact, let's make it a challenge. Let's see if you can save and invest up to 100K by December. Open up the Achieve by Petra app, look for 100K with Richie, and join me as we try and invest up to 100K by December, because we are all building wealth and we are building it together.
Okay, and just like that, we are back. Investment challenges are live on the Achieve by Petra app. So you can decide to choose any one of them, right? But I'd advise you to go with the 100K with Richie, right? Stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. Okay, Vera, a lot has been said today. You've been giving us beautiful, beautiful insights today. Now, Thousand has you know expounded on that point, on having money or seeing other people being successful and being responsible with money, right? This is a interesting one. I'm going to ask you: is it possible? Do you think it's possible to enjoy life and build wealth? Can you chill and build wealth at the same time? Tell us something. Oh, Vera, if you're speaking, you're muted. Kindly,
Okay.
okay.
Am I
Thank you.
audible now?
100%. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. I was saying most certainly. I can't iterate on this enough. See, often than not, we make it look as if to build wealth or to get money, you have to be the most strange looking person. Like building wealth is not supposed to be a punishment. It's not supposed to be another thing that would squeeze you. It's like when you're fasting, someone sees you and your whole demeanor and everything, like even before the person speaks to you, you want someone to know that you are doing something. It can't be like that. It's like you can't. It's not supposed to be that way. That's because you are building wealth. You can't enjoy the little things in life. You're not supposed to deny yourself of all life's pleasures. Your friends are having a very quick meet out at a small cafe somewhere that will cost you like say 100 or 150 cents. You say you're not going because you're building wealth. No, and that's not even a consistent lifestyle. It's not something you can keep up with. Eventually you will stop doing it. And I think for our generation today, one thing that has shaped us to think that it's very difficult to build wealth is because growing up, most of us didn't have the money talk. I mean, we didn't have the money talk in school. That the next time you hear your parents or an uncle talk about money would be they telling you that you don't have to spend at all. You have to keep all the money. And then like it looks like something that is so unachievable. Or
Yeah.
an uncle comes from abroad and then he tells you, do you know how it suffered to get there? Do you know how much the plane tickets? And then
Yeah.
like that's literally all you hear about money. So from older people, we've always felt like building wealth or getting
Mm,
money is very difficult. To make it
yeah.
worse, you listen to a podcast or you listen to someone talk about how they made was like I started with one Ghana city. I started with one cassette, and that is how I built my empire. Then your whole thinking goes into do I really have to go through the struggles of life just to be rich? No. For me, I think it's very possible to still build wealth and still enjoy the little things in life. One thing that's Thousands said is that he's a size 45 and you're a size 44.
Mm,
That is the main problem why most people can't enjoy life and build wealth. Because they're not describing or they're not trying to shape their enjoying life to experiences that matters to them. For instance, I go online, I see that a creator has probably traveled to Dubai. Maybe that's an experience that really matters to that person. And then I see it, I don't even think about it. Do I also want to go to Dubai? Like,
mm,
because that person is there, that is where I also want to go. That is not an experience that's actually I want, but it's something that I'm just seeing through someone else's life. And so I'm deciding to do it. In time, you end up living through people's experiences. A food blogger who is earning on their page is visiting every new restaurant. You, with your 20 followers, you're also visiting every new restaurant. You're not even taking quality pictures to post it out there. Like, you're literally not making anything out of it. So why would you still live through someone else's life and then not live through your experiences? One thing that makes it very possible for us to still build wealth and then live the good life is actually start going back to living our experiences. If you take your time to actually check the things that make you happy as a person or the things that you want to do, doesn't cost much. It really is not supposed to take too much. It takes the very little things. It can be even having a solo date, buying a 250 Apple White ticket to sit down and watch, and that alone can make you happy. Unfortunately, today, building wealth or starting to invest also doesn't require too much. You don't have to put 1 million down before you feel like you are investing or before you can start saving. As little as 20 cities on the Achieve by Petra app, you can start investing with 20 Ghana cities. And that's not small. To make it practical, say you started investing 50 cities, you automated 50 Ghana cities from your bank or your Momo wallet to your, say, your DigiSave account from the start of the year. And you were doing 50 cities every week. Today, as we speak, you probably have around 700 to 750 cities roughly, right?
Yeah.
That looks very small. I'm not even going to lie. It looks like it's really small money, but it's a step in the right direction.
Mm.
Would you have had that 700 cities sitting in your account today or sitting in your DigiSave account if you didn't put it there at all? So you only need to look for products that are right for you and know where to put your money and start very little. Someone said something one time to me that's actually stuck with me. The person said to me, I think it was my sister, she was sharing with me that when you are investing, treat investments or money as an expense. You know, like the way you actually put money down to buy a new blue shirt or to buy a new shoe. Like treat it like this. Like this is an expense that you have to pay for. And then that makes it very much easier for you to put it down. So that way when you receive your 2K in a month, you're like, okay, I need to use 1K to pay my rent. 50 cities going into my utilities. 20K or 20 cities is also supposed to go into investing, and that becomes another expense for you,
Mm.
which makes it very easy for you to be putting money aside. So then it doesn't become like something that we have to pinch and pull, or it doesn't get to you so much for you to do. You only need to remain consistent. That is all that actually matters. If it's 50 cities, you put the 50 cities down every week. If it's also a million you can put down, why not? Put it down every week. I mean, do what will not take too much out of you, will not suck everything out of you, and then it appears as if you can't even change your shoe. The sole is going down, but Charlie, you're building well today. There's no
Yeah.
way I'm buy a new shoe, right? So yeah,
Mm.
it's very possible to find balance between building wealth and enjoying
Mm.
life. First, find experiences that matter to you. Don't go to Dubai because everybody is going to Dubai. Don't go and sit in the first class and wait
Mm.
because somebody sat there. Maybe you will find your lover or your person in an economy seat. Like, Charlie, do things that actually matter to
Mm.
you, experiences that are tailored to you, and
Yeah.
just have fun with it. And also remain consistent in the little you are saving, and you should be good to
Mm.
go.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for sharing, Vera. Thousand, you're one of the people that like you're very vocal about your use of Achieved by Petra.
Yeah.
And I believe I can share this, right? You use Achieved by Petra to invest for your wedding, right? Shout outs to your wife. I know she's watching.
He's
Yeah.
watching Giddy Giddy cry.
Amazing. People have myths about, the starting points. So I like that Vera hit on that, right? Let's give us one, just one, practical um, goal that you had and how you use Achieve by Petra to help you reach that goal.
Right,
Just let us dispel that myth that you need to start by having 10,000 CDs a month or something. Let's
right,
let's
right.
dispel that myth right now.
I like that. Jones puts me
Yeah.
in a very nice corner. So if Joel's boss is watching this,
Mm,
my boss, what's up? We'll send you a nice mail. So we'll lock it in. But by the way,
Yeah.
I've said it all time and time without number that I would always approve of an app like Achieve. Any app that helps young people realize your dreams, why not?
Mm,
Especially when it comes to finances. I can't state this enough. I even had my whole team download the app and try and save small, small because we've all been struggling with realistic ways to put our money down. And if you have an app like Achieve, why not? But sometimes you need to also understand what is the minimum you can also put down.
mm,
I think people don't get that. And when we start out, everybody just looks for the end goal, but forgetting where they start from. I love the
right.
scripture, Zechariah 4:10, do not despise
Mm,
little beginnings.
mm,
Like that is actually an investment rule. Start small, start where you can, start where you can. And I once heard a story of somebody who took a loan to do an investment. Nope.
mm,
Start small. Start where you can. Start how you can. For example, all you make is 2,000 CDs, and that's what you are going to invest. So
mm,
when you wake up, what do you eat? How you move around? What are you? Oh, boss, come on. We need to be wise about these things. So, um, one tip I can give is, as I said it when young people, when I said that as young people, one thing we need to know our streams of income. When you know your streams of income, you can really say that I earn
yeah.
X amount of money. And with
Mm,
this amount of money, I can save this amount, I can invest this amount
mm,
after I'm done with my major responsibilities. You see
mm,
that Vera said something that was so profound. She's like, she personified money to a point where she now talks to her money and shows
mm,
money where to go to. That is actually what budgeting is all about. When you are able
mm,
to receive X amount of
yeah.
money, you look at it and you're like, okay, I have A, B, C, D, E responsibilities. Okay, so when I put this thing down, I know my 10% is going to my tithe. After I pay my tithe, this and this and this is going here. I sit here, I mean, I'm
Mm,
helping a couple of people with a couple of bills they are paying. I'm investing in my music. I am trying to pay my rent. I am saving towards something. I have a couple of investment goals in my Achieve app where, like, I have a joint savings in Achieve with my wife. So we have like different portfolios in
mm,
there. So we have like different targets that we're saving towards. And you won't believe me if I tell you that for certain things, we put in 50 CDs. Sometimes it's 100 CDs. Sometimes I like my money go fit come. I say, hey, I spoiled dead and I put 1,000. Then the next
yeah.
week is just 100 CDs. That is the life I am living because my income doesn't come at once.
Mm,
For example, a good contract with a client could last me 4 or 5 months. And not even because the money is big, it's because that's all I have, guy.
yeah.
But then if
Yeah.
you're in a different shoes, like as I said, I'm
Mm,
wearing size 45, you're wearing size 43, 44.
mm,
Yours every month you are getting some cool 3,000, 4,000, five
yeah.
thousand. Although I'm saying less exchange so I can take your money. If you look at your 5,000 and your 3,000, your
Yeah.
2,000 you are earning, realistically, you can break down how much you spend on life. You can break
Mm,
down how much your transportation is a week, how much you spend on food, how much. So you break it down to a point you realize that you are living within your means, or you are living above your means. That is where
mm,
now you start adjusting. Do you remove things? Do you add things? Or do you find an extra stream of income? We live in a country where even politicians advise us to get a side hustle. So I don't know
mm,
what you are doing, So or either that you are going to hone your skills enough to go and get a different job, or you're going to
mm,
shape up some skills because as I'm sitting here, it's not just branding and marketing I do. I'm making music. It's not even just the music I do. I consult privately for different brands. That's not all I do, but I have like private one-on-ones I do with clients. Like, you don't pick mind and see. Accra is stay by plan. So you have to have a plan for your money. You have to adjust, but then you need to know how much is coming in. You need to
yeah.
understand how much can go out. You need to understand, and I strongly believe in saving towards luxuries. I
Mm,
strongly believe it. Because what is the point of money then if you can't afford the luxuries in life? What's the point of money then if I don't know how many people have watched the Everybody Hates Chris, but
yeah.
Chris's dad, Julius, they say is like the cheapest man on earth. And he makes sure his money to the
Yeah.
letter is budgeted and everything. But you'd
Mm-hmm.
realize that even with him being the cheapest man on earth, he would still make some concessions for his family where he needs to. because at that point he can afford it. I'm sitting
Mm.
here and Charlie, the house I have in my brain that I want to live in with my wife and my kids, it is not bad financial practices that will stop me from
Mm.
getting there. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it that, hey, it's when I hit 30, bro, there are
Mm-hmm.
certain things I need to have and I need to do. I'm sitting here,
Yeah.
my car and I we are best friends. That's why I'm speaking that I'm not in the car. My car is in the workshop waiting for me. I've told the mechanic to pause, take your time. Let me put things in place so that I can send
Must
you your money.
appear.
I must appear, relax, mommy. That's just because that is my reality. That is my reality. And I know that although my car is messing up, when I hit a
Mm.
certain amount of money, that is not what I'll buy. I
Yeah.
won't buy a new car just because
Yeah.
there are certain goals and targets I've set for myself that I've looked towards and looked up to. So, saving and investments, please, you need to
Mm.
understand that you need to do it within your
Mm.
means. You need to
Mm.
be very
Mm.
dedicated and consistent. I have this friend, and he also works in a bank, and he says that savings and investments is a muscle. You need to
Mm.
keep building it. So, like the way we go to the gym, you have a
Yep.
workout hour. So I was talking to my uncle, and he goes like, I was like, oh, you could go on a walk. And he's like, no, 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 no. He has this high intensity and workout he
Mm.
does. It works for him, and he's fit. Such a
Mm.
solid man. If me I go try, I no go fit. So so you balance it out here
Yeah.
and there. So you need to understand that your savings, investment, and risk muscle needs to be built over
Mm.
time. That is why you need to also learn to diversify your portfolio.
Mm.
You need to read more, understand more. Hey, are you investing in stocks? Are you investing
Yeah.
in regular ETFs? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? The more you read, the more the information is there. And companies like Achieve would always be open to give you more information. So, like
Mm.
Ask Daniel, for example, is a new initiative
Mm-hmm.
that's out there. Just send a message. Find out more about one or two things. We're in an information era. Then, using that, you can advise yourself. So, your major targets, your major goals in life, set it up and see how
Mm.
50 CDs a day, 10 CDs a day, and there's something Kwesi used to say. I was
Mm.
5 CDs and a drink. I forgot Kwesi had some term he used to use. But that's it. Like we're living Accra,
Yeah.
5 CDs a day. So see, Accra 5 CDs can't buy you anything
And so be
better.
out,
So
Charlie.
and so big there. So you need to adjust. And as you are doing that, you
Yeah.
need to also keep working hard so that
Mm.
now your efficiency and your level of efficiency is so high so that you
Mm.
can take on so many other things that are bringing you extra income, and you are going to be the go-to person in your field and in your
Mm.
space. Sometimes we
Mm.
are too entitled. Our generation there, we are very entitled because a lot of things have been done for us. So we are very much entitled. But the day I bought my first phone with my own money, somebody used their hand to hit the phone to hit the floor. I almost knocked them. I almost, because the phone made me sick and a toy. I bought this with my own blood and sweat. I
Mm.
even saved enough to buy myself my own laptop. Can you imagine
Mm.
that somebody used it to hit the floor? Something said I should take you to jail. Like, I'm calling 911 straight. But you see, that's the thing. When you
Yeah.
save up for something and you are able to use that money to hit that target and that goal, you
Mm.
cherish it more than anything. So
Yeah.
that is some of the joys of investment. That's some of the joys of savings. We go
Yeah.
again, keep going, build the
Yeah.
muscle, and you know that there's a future somewhere waiting for you in Tiabefa.
Mm. 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 Very, very profound, man. Very, very profound. I like to piggyback off something you said to introduce the group investment feature on Achieved by Petra. You said you have some account with your wife, that you guys put something there once in a
Yeah,
while. Guys, if you don't know about this feature, just go to explore in your Achieved by Petra app. Then you tap groups and you can create a group with anyone. It could be for clubs, it could be for your church groups, it could be for, you know, boys or old school, something that you usually, struggle to now take pen and paper to see how much everyone is contributing. This time, digitize it with Achieve by Petra. Try the groups feature on Achieve by Petra today. Okay, Vera, we're about to wrap up. I just want to know your thoughts, right? You are one of the key pillars in our product team in Achieve by Petra, right? And we get a lot of questions, especially coming in from social media, right? Someone has a question for you right now, right? If I download Achieve by Petra today, if I download Achieve by Petra today, you guys are saying download, download, download. If I download the app today, what's the first thing that I should do?
Okay. So I think if you download Achieve by Petra today, The app in by itself is really easy to navigate. Like you don't have to struggle to find where to start. It actually starts off with like a personality quiz, which I think is very necessary. And take that quiz truthfully. It will go a long way to help you, right? I mean, you're just trying to know what's your risk tolerance. Do you like high risks? Are
Mm,
you like a hard guy, or you're like me that is into like less or risk averse like products? So
yeah.
try and find, do the first, get a product that actually works for you. I think another thing that you should also consider is what kind of investments are you looking into? Do you want a long-term investment? Think, do you want a short-term
Mm,
investment? And all these are available on the app. They are fixed investments. We have flexible investments. So the very first thing that I would say you should do, you for starters, set a goal. Create a targeted goal. The app allows you to create a targeted goal. So you get to decide that you want to say achieve 20K in 3 months, right? You just tell us how much you want to achieve. Start with that. And then you go on to decide how frequently do you want us to debit money from your account. If you're someone like me that earns monthly, I'll probably go in with like a monthly deduction, right? If you're someone who works like a by day job, like you just have to go and come and then there's something in your pocket, you can set your frequency to like a daily deduction or like a weekly deduction. So choose a frequency that matches your lifestyle and automate your
mm,
payments, guys. Like automate your payments. Set up an automomo. You and I know that if you decide that you would come and put the money in the account, before the money will come, it will be finished. You will spend
mm,
it. Your allowance, you try to get something for like a friend, all those things will take up the money. So an automomo, set an automated deduction that just comes and goes. It's like it just comes, you don't even know that the money is gone. So create a targeted goal, have a defined amount that you want to get. Starts with DigiSave. DigiSave is like very low rates, right? And then eventually build on to see what you would like or the product that best suits you, and automate your deduction so money is going in. And over time, you realize that you have so much in your account or so much in your wallet. So that's one thing that I'd say you should do.
mm,
You could also explore the other products that we have. How do you want your returns to come in? If you're looking into something that is more fixed, I mean, you get to know exactly how much you earn even before you start going to fixed invest. You put in your money. Today, the app is able to simulate how much you get exactly at the end of the tenor. Are you looking into 3 months? Are you looking into half a year or 365 days? Put money in, see how
mm,
much you earn. At the end of the
yeah.
tenor, you get your principal and your interest. Or are you
Yeah.
looking into investing in US denominated securities? Consider Eurobond, consider global tech. And also, as you're doing all of this, please consider your personality. Are you risk averse or not? Don't go and put your money in and then in 2, 3 months' time you come shouting. I think I remember there was a day I was having a conversation with a friend. We both used the app.
Mm,
So I had the Did You Save account and we were having a conversation over lunch. And he then had a Global Tech account. Global Tech was performing so well. So we just opened our apps and then he was like, come and see what I have. Can you see what I have? And then I also opened mine and he was like, this is how much it's growing. It's so small. And then he was just telling me that, oh, it's doing, I should stop, I should do global tech and everything. And then I was like, oh, I mean, I'm more risk averse, so I'll go with my DSA. That same friend called me like a month or two later. He was like, Vera, my principal, though, I was like, your principal, didn't we just have lunch? Were you not telling me how I'm earning almost
yeah.
nothing and you are earning so much? But he
Yeah.
still likes it there. Like he enjoys the thrill of it. So that's
Mm,
one thing that you do. It's very easy to navigate through the app. So navigate through the app, set a targeted goal, set up your automated deductions, and see yourself build wealth in no time with
mm.
as little as 20 Ghana cedis, guys. Very, very little, and you'd get there.
You'll get there with as little as 20 Ghana cedis. Let's take this short ad break from our sponsors and we'll be back to finally wrap up.
It's beautiful. But how do we make it work?
I know how to make this happen. With a growth feature on the Achieve by Petra app, we can invest towards this project.
They dreamed it. They planned it. They achieved it with Achieved by Petra.
Hi, my fellow investors. Let's make investments exciting this year. In fact, let's make it a challenge. Let's see if you can save and invest up to 100K by December. Open up the Achieve by Petra app, look for 100K with Richie, and join me as we try and invest up to 100K by December, because we are all building wealth and we are building it together.
Okay, guys, we are back, and now I'm going to hear. Okay, are we all live? Okay, we are. Amazing. So we're going to hear one last summary, if I may put it, of everything that we've spoken today. I'm sure the Gen Zs that have been following us, that joined us from the beginning till now, have learned some amazing gems and are going away with so many insights that's going to transform their lives and their financial journeys as well, right? So, 1,000,
What be the action?
man. What's your final words for the Gen Zs that are listening
Yeah,
here right
no,
now?
but even before that, would you mind looking through the comments and seeing if there's any
Mm,
questions pertaining to the conversation we're having? I know definitely Achieve has
definitely.
some app-based questions that Vera and the team will
Hmm.
pick up, but if there's any question based on the conversations we're having, it would be nice to
Yeah, yeah,
address one or two if you don't mind.
let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah,
I'm saying, oh, okay. Someone wants to marry Vera. Interesting.
I've seen that before. They'll come and say don't download the app.
Okay. This legend says that investment is more like giving your money to a company for your money to work for you. Okay. Please note that all investments carry risk. Okay, 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 okay. This is really interesting. Okay, so let's take this question from Richie Ranoy. Richie Ranoy is saying that for someone whose income is not consistent, how can such a person invest and be financially stable?
Nice one. That's
Mm,
a
I
that's
think
that
Thousand can
question.
relate.
I
Mm,
I promise you is right up my alley. We're living
yeah.
a life where on Monday we have about 50 cities in our account. We
Mm,
are ready to take over the world.
mm,
Then by Tuesday it's down to 5 cities. Then we have to
yeah.
wait until somebody remembers that we exist. It's like, oh, please take something small.
Mm,
I remember saying that savings and investments is a muscle, so you need to learn to build it. Now, the
yeah.
problem with your situation or our situation is that we might not have the investment frequency that somebody would have when they are earning every single month. But the difference this time is that our monies will vary to what they will be or they might be receiving. So if in a month you're going to be getting 5,000 CDs, you peg that as wow, that's like a high average on that month. Then the next month you're going to be getting like 1,000. Then you're going to be getting
Mm,
like 2,000. It means that your income is varying over time, but you need to understand that per the figure that comes in, you need to make a budget specific to that.
mm,
You I don't think that we live our lives with miracle money every single day. So all we are doing is that we don't know where the money is coming from, it's just dropping in our accounts. If that's the
mm,
point, then it's not miracle money. Miracle money is
mm,
money you didn't plan for, you didn't, but it just appeared and like, oh, Father, thank you so
mm,
much. There's nothing I did to deserve this. But sometimes people like to be benevolent. But you realize that
yeah.
for a task or work you've done, you receive the money. And when it comes in, the first thing is we've lived in a generation that is very hand to mouth. We need to learn to shake that off a bit. Even in your hand to mouthness, you are able to put something aside. And that's why
Mm.
apps like Achieve are there to help. Because when it comes in, I know even Achieve has like an automate feature where like they can
Mm-hmm.
even be
Yeah.
deducting and stuff like that. So you need to be very disciplined with that one. Then you make sure that when the money comes in, quickly, I've linked it to my Momo. So I buy quick, boom, boom, boom. I put that money there. Then I know that that one is sitting in Achieve. Then we go. Sometimes it also helps when your savings has a goal, when you
Mm.
know what you're saving towards, or else the money just sitting there like, oh, okay, let me need 10. And you know the logic of money. When you have 1,000 CDs and you remove 10 CDs, the money is spoiled. That's the truth. It
Mm.
doesn't feel like
Yeah.
1,000 CDs anymore. It's like, oh, I had 2,000 CDs, then quick, boom. It's like, hey, 1,999. Asemaba. You don't even know how to go about it. So you need to be disciplined about it. For people who don't earn consistently, we need to be first disciplined. Second, understand the stream of income, know where the money is coming from and how much is coming at that specific time. And when you are able to receive it, automate certain things because it's a muscle.
Mm.
So even if it's 50 CDs, you are putting down 100 CDs. Now you realize that when you start off and you started off with like 50 CDs, 100 CDs, sometimes it feels like it's not enough. So you yourself would have to now stretch, and that means that your appetite is now what? It's increasing. Your
Mm.
appetite is increasing. If you were in the gym and you were lifting 10 kg, you realize that the more you do it, the more your body gets accustomed to it, and your body goes like, oh, now I can do 30, I can do 40,
Yeah.
I can do 50. So keep that going, maintain your form. In maintaining your form, it means that be consistent. And from there, you can start building because wealth is over time. So give
Mm.
yourself time, Charlie, relax, enjoy the journey, and small, 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 you can buy your Bentley.
Okay. Thank you for that. 1,000. Seeing a number of products related questions. Our marketing, amazing marketing officer is responding to them as they come in real time. So yes, but let's highlight a few, few questions, a few comments from some of the people. Okay, okay. 1,000. I can see you have a lot of fans. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Making. So let's see. Someone is saying that 1,000 with the wisdom. Okay, I like this. This one by Tis Legend. He says, make sure you diversify your investments. Amazing. Okay. Ah, wow. Someone says, I have to soak myself in in investments, but I need directions. I believe this has been insightful for you as well in getting the directions you need, right? Um, Nanaya and Vera have spoken at length, right? So I hope you've taken some nuggets from it. Someone says, hey Charlie, talk to me direct. Why? Okay. You can see he's touching some of the Gen Zs. Amazing. Honestly, the honesty on the show is incredible. Bringing it to you as it is. Okay, thank you guys so much for for your comments as well, guys. Let's hear your final thoughts. Your final thoughts. Let's start with Vera. Let's start with Vera. Vera, tell your people something.
So for my own people, I mean, we are both in this together. We
Mm,
still want to have the soft life. We still want to have the nice life. And just like Nanayao said, don't deny yourself of those pleasures. Have a plan for it. Like enjoy life. But as you're doing that, remember to save that money. Remember to save it tomorrow, like tomorrow next. You thank yourself for putting that 20 Ghana cedis down. It's
mm,
going to go a very long way. And even as you're using the app with your own experience, if you're having a very good experience on the app, there's a referral code on the app. Share it with a friend. Tell someone about that Achieve by Petra app, and still build wealth. Like continue being consistent with what you're doing. Don't stop doing it, even if it's small. It might not be so significant, but yeah, still do it. And over time, you'd realize that you've been able to grow so much. Personally, it's been an insightful conversation for me. From speaking and hearing from Nanaya, Joel, and the chats, everyone bringing in their little bits of knowledge about investments and how we can build wealth as young people, even though they make it look so impossible now. But yeah, it's been a very insightful conversation with everyone. And yeah, continue using that Petra app.
mm. Let's highlight this this question. Someone just sent this in. How do I structure my money as a student so that I can invest? And also, what investment or saving options would you suggest for students, specifically for students, right? And oh, I made my first CD on my DigiSave. Congratulations,
Yay.
congratulations. You're clapping for you over here at
Yeah.
Achieve by Petra.
Well
Well done,
done.
well done, well done. Vera, would you want to take that?
Yeah,
Or
I think
yeah.
for that individual, being a student and saving is something that you'd also have to do intentionally. I'll use myself as an example. When I was still in school, I used to get like monthly allowance, and those were allowances that I used to look forward to, like to see monthly it is there. I think one thing that you can do as a student is see you're still a student, live off your parents. I'm not even going to
Mm.
lie. If you know that you can go home and get that stew and that rice, just go home and take it. Don't try to get everything by yourself, right? And then for the little allowances that you are given to use for your upkeep, that should be the monies that are going into your investment accounts, going into your DigiSave. And just
Mm.
like you made your first CD on DigiSave, if you become more intentional about putting that money there, you'd realize that you'd even make more than the first CD you have made on your DigiSave so far. This is the time for you to, as a student, to live off your parents, live off your big siblings if you have them. Me, I'm the last one, so yeah, that's what I'll tell you. Live off them, take the money
Mm.
from them. Take Nanaya is shaking his head, but I'm saying that actually take it from them. Like if they are willing to give you, please take it from them and try as much as possible to put your allowances in. Did you say it's very low rates, but it's also going to help you as you keep on doing it and you remain consistent with it. So for students, because you're not earning a more stable stream of income, now it would be allowances. You definitely need some to do go buy like some other things, but try to take some down and then put in there
Yeah.
and take that money from your money. Take it from your daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for breaking that down for our students that are listening as well. Okay, 1,000, man.
Yeah, please, you guys don't mind Vera when she says I'm a firstborn. Don't do that. Because when
It's
she was
you.
talking,
It's
I said,
you.
I relate. Like, so, for example, when I'm home, my brothers, they will collect where they can. When I travel, my cousins here too, they will collect where they can. Please, when you are collecting the money, they're also praying for us as firstborns that we can get the money some. But Charlie, my final words would be, we are not, well, for me, I can speak for me. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not
Mm.
I don't work in finance in any way. I'm just a guy with two cities and a dream. So me being on this call is not really to give you um, the sure way to make money. It doesn't
Mm.
work that way. I just pray that in sharing our experience, I've had a very topsy-turvy relationship with money, and I'm now even starting life in its fullness. So one thing I like, and I'm learning over this journey, and I speak to my friends who are older and people who've understood money to an extent, one thing they say is learn to appreciate your story better. Learn to appreciate your story.
Mm.
Nobody has your story. Nobody has your unique situations. A lot of people, I mean, because I won't open up on the things I've been through, you will never
Yeah.
know. But you are seeing the product of God's goodness, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. But nobody
Mm.
has your story. We are growing up in a society where people are pocket watching. That's one. So when they see you looking nice, automatically they assume you have all the money in the world. So that's a difficult thing because now you don't even know how to carry yourself along. Then we live in a society where now when you even post yourself having a good time, it makes it look like, hey, Charlie, I didn't cost you, so please don't owe anybody. So that when you are posting, you post with a clear conscience. It's the
Mm.
people that always owe us money that are the ones who chill the most. So you need
Yeah.
to make sure that you need to make sure that you are
Yeah.
living a financially responsible life. Enjoy the little luxuries. I'm sitting here, I'm also a food blogger sometimes. So I
Mm.
like restaurants. I like different
Yeah.
restaurants, different places. I have a whole list of places that I've
Mm.
visited and I go to, and I actively make it a hobby. And even when I go there, I know I have a cap on how much I can spend to buy food. Hey, I've had to invest in even my look. What clothes are you going to wear? What are you doing? All those things come up. So you need to understand your story. And when you understand your story, you are guided. You know when to make certain decisions and how to do it. And I mean, as I'm on this call, I've definitely said it before. I think Achieve is a great app to use. I know there are quite a number of other apps also on the market, but they are responding to your comments and your messages just to let you know that they listen. So please go through, share whatever you have with them, even ask Daniel all your questions that you have, and keep that in mind, and know that at least small, 1 CD a day, we can make a difference. Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time and your insights. Thank you 1,000 for spending time with us, right? And also being deep and personal with us. I think someone gave a comment that the honesty has been amazing, right? So thank you for being honest. Thank you for breaking it down. Vera, thank you so much for also sharing your insights with us. We appreciate you so much. We have a lot of W's in the chats. The W's are coming. The W's are coming. All right. Thank you guys so much for making this a success. And yes, I just want to say that, yeah, guys, ask Daniel your money questions. We're going to try and attempt to answer every questions that you bring through using the link. So this is the link. It's tagged in the comment section. It's also on screen. Ask Daniel your money questions, and yeah, let's hear from you. Okay, let's let's take a quick word from our sponsors as we end. But from all of us, today's speakers, 1,000, Vera, and myself, Joel Bill, representing the Achieve by Petra team, it's a bye. Bye, guys. Ciao.
Bye.
It's beautiful. But how do we make it work?
I know how to make this happen. With a growth feature on the Achieve by Petra app, we can invest towards this project.
They dreamed it. They planned it. They achieved it with Achieved by Petra.
Hi, my fellow investors. Let's make investments exciting this year. In fact, let's make it a challenge. Let's see if you can save and invest up to 100K by December. Open up the Achieve by Petra app, look for 100K with Richie, and join me as we try and invest up to 100K by December, because we are all building wealth and we are building it together.
Oh no, my car broke down and the repair costs are way higher than I expected. I need cash right now. I need cash. I can't also wait for payday. And borrowing money takes forever. What do I do? Wait a minute. I've been saving on the Achieve app. I should have some money there. Wow. My DigiSave investment on the Achieve app gained some additional interest. I love this app. With the Achieve app, I can instantly have access to my emergency savings anywhere, anytime. I've been saving little by little, and now I don't have to stress at all. Download the Achieve app today and start building your emergency fund. It's the smartest way to stay prepared for life surprises.